Hey YouTube, it's Alicia here, and I'm back, and I'm here to do a WWE Wrestlemania predictions. And so, without further ado, let's get started because we got a lot to talk about. So, first thing I want to talk about is I want to talk about the pre-show. For the pre-show, what I do know is where is it? It's gonna be Buddy Murphy versus Tony Nese for the Intercontinental Championship. I have 50% on that Tony Nese will win his first cruiserweight championship, and Buddy Murphy with 40% that he will lose. Now, also for that pre-show, I have the Revival versus Curtis Hawkins and Zack Ryder. With 50%, I have Curtis Hawkins and Zack Ryder winning the WWE Raw's Tag Team Championship, and with 40% that the Revival will lose. Now, with the SmackDown Tag Team Championship, it will be the Usos versus Ricochet and Aleister Black versus The Bar versus Shinsuke Nakamura and Rusev in a four-way match. Y'all know the deal with that. The champions do not have to be pinned if they lose. So we're going in with this. This is a 50% because all of these guys are pretty good. All right. Okay. Then the next one I'm looking forward to. We have Kurt Angle versus Brian Connor with his farewell match. I say Brian Connor will lose with only 30%, and I say Kurt Angle will win with the 50%. The next one is Bobby Lashley versus Finn Balor for the Intercontinental Championship. Finn Balor will win this with 50%, and Bobby Lashley will lose with 40%. Samoa Joe versus Rey Mysterio. Man, this is a 50-50 match. You got two good wrestlers right here. And like Samoa Joe is agile, and thing, and Rey Mysterio is a high flyer and agile as well. So this is going to be a 50-50 match. We got AJ Styles versus Randy Orton. Here's another 50-50 match. That's all I have to say with that. Now, we got Roman Reigns versus Drew McIntyre. This will be a good match for Drew McIntyre's career, but I am with 80% saying Roman Reigns will win this match, and only with 40% that Drew McIntyre will lose this match. Now, you got Shane McMahon versus The Miz. I say Shane McMahon will win this match with 50%, but I say none other. The Miz will lose with 40%. Now we got Triple H versus Dave Bautista. I say Triple H will win with the 80%, and I say Dave Bautista will lose with the 40%. Now, Brock Lesnar versus Seth Rollins. That's also a 50-50 match. Then you got Daniel Bryan versus Kofi Kingston. Daniel Bryan loses the title with 40%, and 50% that Kofi Kingston wins his first title belt. We'll get to the main event let me go on to do the main event. You got none other Becky Lynch versus Ronda Rousey versus Charlotte Flair. This is the first ever women's title match. I am not a betting person, but I'm putting with 80% on Becky Lynch coming out on top, with Ronda Rousey and Charlotte Flair losing those title belts to her. Guaranteed. And I will say Charlotte Flair will pin Charlotte. I would say Becky Lynch will pin Charlotte Flair for the win. Guaranteed. And so let's go with the women's Royal Rumble. For the Women's Royal Rumble, this is who I have to say for the Battle Royal Rumble, who I say to take a look at, because these are my top girls who y'all need to take a look at. Asuka, Carmella, Dana Brooks, Lacey Evans, Mickie James, Naomi, who won last year, Nikki Cross, Sarah Logan, just her alone, and Sonya Deville. If I could say the top four that it might come down to, I say in my order top five, I would say Asuka, Dana Brooks, Naomi, Sarah Logan, and Sonya Deville. And if I had to put a wild card, I would say Nikki Cross. But I have one more, Amber Moon, as a surprise return. Yes, as a surprise return. Let me make sure. Yes. So we got the women's tag team title belts. And I say with 80% that Sasha and Bailey will contain. With also 80% that Beth Phoenix and Natty might win. Only with 20% that the Iconics would win. And only with 50% that Nia Jax and Tamina will win. Okay. So now we have my men who for the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal, the ones who are my top guys. Y'all might want to look at this Sunday that I think might come out on top. Mufasa Ali, better known as Ali now. Apollo Crews, Big E, Cedric Alexander, Cesaro, if the bar is also competing in that. EC3, Jeff Hardy, and Matt Hardy, and Carlisto, Shelton Benjamin, and No Way Jose. Those are my top guys. But if I got to go with my top guy, my top four guys, I would say Ali, Apollo Crews, Big E, and EC3. But as a wild card, I will put Shelton Benjamin. All right, y'all. Those are my predictions for WrestleMania, 35. Yeah! So, y'all, come back here Monday for I can show y'all who won. And let me hear from y'all. Do y'all think some of my predictions are right? Or do y'all have a better prediction? All right, I'm Alicia. Don't forget to thumbs up this video, comment below, and